Hello everyone, my name is Chen Liang. Now we talk about pulmonary volume and pulmonary capacity. The first is tidal volume. TV is the volume of air inspired or expired with each normal inspiration or expiration. It is about 400 to 600 milliliters. Inspiratory reserve volume (RRV) is the amount of air inspired forcefully after inspiration of normal tidal volume. It is about 1,500 to 2,000 milliliters. Expiratory reserved volume is the amount of air forcefully expired after expiration of normal tidal volume (ERV). ERV is about 900 to 1,200 milliliters. Residual volume (RV). RV is the volume of air remains in respiratory passage and lungs after the most forceful expiration. It is about 1,005 milliliters in male and 1,000 milliliters in female. In respiratory capacity (IC), IC is equal to tidal volume plus inspiratory reserve volume. Functional residual capacity (FRC). FRC is equal to expiratory reserve volume plus the residual volume. It is about 2,300 milliliters. Vital capacity (VC). VC is the sum of the inspiratory reserve volume, tidal volume, and expiratory reserve volume. It is about 3,500 milliliters in male and 2,500 milliliters in female. Total lung capacity (TLC). TLC is the sum of inspiratory and expiratory reserve volume plus the tidal volume and residual volume. It is about 5,000 milliliters in male and 3,500 milliliters in female. Inspiratory capacity is equal to tidal volume plus inspiratory reserve volume. Functional residual capacity is equal to expiratory reserve volume plus the residual volume. Vital capacity is the sum of respiratory reserve volume, tidal volume, and expiratory reserve volume. Total lung capacity is the sum of inspiratory and expiratory reserve volume plus the tidal volume and the residual volume. Forced vital capacity (FVC). It is defined maximum volume of exchangeable air in lung. FVC is forced expiratory breath maneuver and require muscular effort, and some patients could be trained. Initial or health FVC values approx 4 liters, and it slowly diminishes with normal aging. Significantly reduced FVC suggests damage to lung parenchyma, for example, restrictive lung disease, constructive lung disease, loss of functional alveolar tissue. FVC volume reduction trend over time is a key indicator. Forced expiratory volume (FEV). FEV is the maximum amount of air you can forcefully exhale during a given period of time. FEV1 is the maximum amount of air you can forcefully exhale in 1 second. FEV12 is the maximum amount of air you can forcefully exhale in 2 seconds. FEV3 is the maximum amount of air you can forcefully exhale in 3 seconds. The ratio of normal FEV1 to FVC is 83%. FEV2 to FVC is 96%, and FEV3 to FVC is 99%. Reduced ratio FEV1 to FVC suggests obstructive damage to lung areas. For example, episodic reversible by bronchodilator drugs, probably asthma. Continuous irreversible by bronchodilator drugs, probably obstructive lung disease. In this picture, we can see that the total lung capacity is the sum of inspiratory and expiratory reserve volume plus the tidal volume and the radial volume. FEV is the maximum amount of air you can forcefully exhale during a given period of time. FEV1 is the maximum amount of air you can forcefully exhale in 1 second. In this picture, we can see that resting tidal volume, Vt, it is about 500 milliliter. Radial volume is about 1,500 milliliter in male and 1,000 millimeter in female. Expiratory reserve volume, ERV, is the amount of air forcefully expired after expiration of normal tidal volume. ERV is about 900 to 1,200 milliliter. Inspiratory reserve volume, RRV, is about 1,500 to 2,000 milliliter. Total lung capacity, TLC, is about 5,000 milliliter in male and 3,500 milliliter in female. Inspiratory capacity is equal to tidal volume plus inspiratory reserve volume. Functional reserve capacity is equal to expiratory reserve volume plus the radial volume. Vital capacity is the sum of the respiratory reserve volume, tidal volume, and expiratory reserve volume. Total lung capacity is the sum of inspiratory and expiratory reserve volume, plus the tidal volume and radial volume. Initial or healthy FVC values approx 4 liters, and the ratio of FEV1 to FEV is 83%. If the FEV1 decreases more significantly, it indicates obstructive disease. If the FEV1 and FEV are also reduced, it indicates restrictive disease. Total amount of air moving into and out of respiratory system per minute is 6 to 9 liters. Total amount of air moved into and out of respiratory system per minute with most effort is 115 liters. There are still several definitions to be made clear. Atomic dead space, it is part of respiratory system where gas exchange does not take place. It is about 115 milliliter. Alveolar dead space, it is part of alveolar where gas exchange does not take place. Physiological dead space, atomic dead space plus alveolar dead space. In this picture, VD is dead space, no gas exchange in dead space. Gas exchange in VE. That's all. Thank you.